Hello, welcome to Win Some, Loosemore. My name is Dieter and you join me in my mechanism series where I try and explain some of the terminology that we use to help you better understand what we're talking about and maybe suggest a couple of games with these mechanisms that you might want to check out. Now today I'm going to be talking about a mechanism that historically I didn't like, but in recent times I've started to enjoy some of the implementations that I've tried more recently. This is a mechanism called area control. Some people call it area majority, but it's, as far as I know, they're the same thing. Now this, with traditional board games that people think of with Risk, say, where you're trying to conquer the map, you're trying to control areas of the map, and you'll get some points for controlling some of the areas, and you'll get more bonus points if you control whole regions, something like that. It's been a long time since I've played a version of Risk. Almost Monopoly could fit into this category as well. I know that's not the first thing people think of, but again, there's that benefit to controlling one of the places, and there's benefit to controlling another one over here. But actually, if you complete a Monopoly, if you complete a set of colors, that's stronger. They get more powerful. You can build on them. So you're controlling these areas to do the economic side that we're more familiar with. So I would argue that falls into that category. Now these are games that I don't necessarily enjoy so much anymore. Still happily playing Monopoly. Risk just seems like a long drawn out big thing. Some people love it, that's great. It's not the way my brain works, and so I've tended to avoid area control because it to me has just been what people call dudes on a map, and you're just trying to fight each other. Lots of die rolling, lots of luck, but lots of tactical strategizing in there as well, just combat all the time, and that just didn't appeal to me. Then I tried a game that I love called Small World. Now this takes that kind of formula. It's again, you are spreading out over a map trying to control the different areas, but it's no longer an end game control, but a very tactical wave by wave control. You get points at the end of each turn depending on how many territories you control. It doesn't matter if you lose them next time. It doesn't matter in the slightest because you can just go out and do it again. But what's really fun about this is because it's short-term control for me, where you have these crazy combinations of race and ability, and you get all the tokens for it. It's just little cardboard tokens, so it's not a miniatures style game. It's just quick and fast and fun. Probably makes it a little bit cheaper than miniatures would as well. And you just swarm out on this board and get as many points as you can trying to exploit, and then you might be fought back a little bit, and then you might go out again, but eventually you're going to be spread too thin, so you need to get another load, another race to join your party to then take over a different bit of the map, and so you're getting the points from the new ones and the old ones. And so you're going to do that 2, 3, 4 times, and you can only ever have 2 races. So when do you put the second one into decline, which may get rid of the first to add it? So it solves some of my issue that I typically had. Again, this was very early on with the very long, slow, drawn out, I'm trying to control the whole thing at the end or have the most at the end. My brain is not that strategic. I can't think that well, that far ahead. If you do think that way, great. There are many games that suit that kind of category, but for me, I couldn't manage it. And then a much smaller game that we've played recently called Rome, again uses this area majority as area control with just placing out your tiles in these different shapes, but that's not the whole game. It's almost a hand building game as well, because as you place out these tokens, you're putting it onto a grid of cards, and if you gain control or the majority of spaces on a card, once it's full, you gain that card, and that gives you new ways of placing out tokens. And so the map is ever changing. It's again much more short term, much more tactical to reach an overall goal, instead of here's the game, you need to have a strategy, go. Having that option that this is not an area control game, but that area control is an element of this game, seems to be where my preference lies. But I would love to hear your preference. I'd love to hear about games that you have played or that you've heard about that use this idea of area control, where you want to amass influence over the board somehow, either to score end game things or immediate things. Love to hear your thoughts on this as well. I'd love to keep in contact with you in between all these videos as well. So yes, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you stay updated when we put out new material, but it'd be great to connect with you on social media. If you search Win Some Loosemore on the various platforms, you will find us. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Dieter for Win Some Loosemore. Goodbye.